Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
What's up, man? We about to trip?
Yeah, you want to trip and then get out of here?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's trip.
Oh,
This.
trip on this.
Yach.
Nobody should be asked to handle this trip. That's some heavy shit. When you were tripping.
All right. Well, with the passing of Queen Elizabeth, I saw this, bro. This is fucking crazy. And I looked into it. It's spot on. This is wild. It says, is the real British monarch in Australia? Here's why some believe Edward IV's reign was illegitimate, making farmer Michael Hastings and his son Simon the rightful heirs instead of Queen Elizabeth, bro. So they're saying her fucking pops, bro, was illegitimate. Or Edward IV, whoever that is to her, was illegitimate.
Okay.
And they go on to explain why. But it's pretty cool. So it says, if all families have their secrets they'd like kept hidden, imagine how much more true that is when you're a member of the most famous family of them all, the British royal family. When it comes to all things royal, we're used to a bit of court gossip and scandal every so often. However, a story breaks that is so far out of left field it can be described as a total jaw-dropper. The theory goes, the actual true and rightful claimant to the British throne is not Queen Elizabeth as it appears currently, or even her son, Prince Charles, who's now King Charles. This was obviously written before she passed. Says instead, advocates of this alternative history believe that person is to be found in Australia of all places and is Simon Michael Abney-Hastings, the 15th Earl of Loudoun. That's Loudoun. Crazy, right?
So he's not the Duke of Earl, but he's the Earl of Loudoun.
The Earl of Loudoun. Duke of Earl of Loudoun.
Earl.
So this is him. There he is, dog. That's supposed to be the rightful king of England right
This
now.
is like one of those fairy tale movies, bro.
Right? Damn. Where's your glass slipper, buddy? So there he is. And
He's just a guy. He's
right. It says this is all according to Dr. Michael Jones, a scholar from Glasgow University whose research into the topic formed the basis of the documentary Britain's Real Monarch. The film focused on Simon's father, the late Michael Edward Abney-Hastings, 14th Earl of Loudoun, a farmer who immigrated down under back in 1960. Michael Hastings, as he preferred to be known, lived in Geraldry, a small town in New South Wales. Hastings died in 2012. So when the documentary was made, they went and found this dude's dad and told him, like, yo, you're the fucking king of England, bro. He was like, oh, shit. So, but anyway, since that time, he's died. And now his son, obviously, is the heir to the throne.
You know what's funny is when you read those old English words and I just laugh at them, like right there, the Duke of York.
Yeah.
This is still really a thing, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was watching Moon's channel, he has
Yeah.
one of his sponsors, and you can buy like a plot of land over there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then it makes you a lord. You know,
Yeah.
because they're lords and ladies.
Yeah,
So then
for
I
sure.
could put Lord Buckhalter on my
Yeah, like
title.
landlord.
Yeah. Huh?
Like a landlord.
Yeah.
But we don't think of it that way over
Yeah.
here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Another thing is fucking what's her name? That fucking chick that married what's his name? And they're all like, oh, they don't like him. Meghan Markle.
Right.
She's the Duchess of Sussex. Remember?
Yeah.
Like they're super into that shit.
All
Yeah,
these
it definitely
names.
means something.
I
So
don't know what it means.
this
but it
is
means
dope.
something to them.
It explains it right here, bro. To understand Jones's assertion, we must go back to the 15th century. According to Jones's research, Edward IV, who became King of England in 1461, was illegitimate. So yeah, this dude is like great grandfather. So I was totally incorrect if I said father or grandfather. This is 1461. So Jones
I
presented.
mean, the queen is old now.
She is.
She was.
She's probably about 400
She was.
years old.
Yeah, she was pretty old, bro.
So Jones presented a historical document reporting that Edward's parents, Richard, Duke of York, and Cecily Neville, were at least 100 miles apart in the period when Edward's conception took place.
Can you read it in an old English accent?
Absolutely. You ready for this?
Go for it.
The whole sentence or just their titles?
Any of them, bro.
Okay.
Any of 'em.
Jones presented. I'm going to do it. I'm going to transfer from English to English.
Please
English.
do. Appreciate it.
All right. So Jones presented a historical document reporting that Edward's parents, Richard, Duke of York, and Cecily Neville were at least 99.42 miles apart
Thanks, bro.
in the period when Edward's conception took place. They were fucking 100 miles apart, bro.
Thanks,
so
man.
therefore, said Jones, were this to be the case, then Edward and indeed all his descendants would have no claim to the crown by virtue of ordinary royal inheritance. In fact, the crown would have passed to Edward's half-brother, the legitimate heir, George, Duke of Clarence. Feel me?
I do.
That's wild, right?
Yeah.
And that's how this dude fits into all that. So it says, were this to be accepted, then Jones's genealogical investigation into George's line produced the result that Hastings was the true king. And that's the dude who passed away. So when he went and he saw this dude, met him, was like, yo, you're the king. He was like, what the fuck? He died. So now his son, the other character I showed first.
Would be the next heir.
Crazy, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's all based on bloodline, too. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually have 3 minutes to show you guys of this video. So let me get everything fucking sorted out here. But yeah, this is brilliant. I found this video on YouTube.
Very well. Carry on.
Carry on.
Chop, chop.
Okay, let me see something.
Cheerio.
It says minute 47.
Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
All right. Kill that shit real quick, G. This is dope, bro. Let me see something real quick.
And there's multiple videos on it, too.
419. Yeah, there's a bunch, bro.
G'day.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, come on in.
I'm Tony Robinson.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
This is our camera crew.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Would you walk?
Not from England, no. Michael, the reason that we've come over is that we've been doing a lot of research on the Plantagenets, of which you are
One, yes.
a very distinguished
Very,
one.
very distant one too.
Just looking at the top bit, see, the kings of England, starting with Henry II and further back right to William the Conqueror and beyond that to Alfred the Great.
I went over the now familiar pattern. Wars of the Roses, Clarence, Henry Tudor, and of course the missing link in the royal chain.
All of that's okay, except that we now believe that Edward IV was himself illegitimate. Which means that Elizabeth was illegitimate, Henry VII was illegitimate anyway, so this whole Tudor dynasty is
Crazy,
built
right?
on a lie. It means that you are the rightful king of England.
No.
Imagine someone telling you that.
How do you feel about that?
Bloody awful, isn't it? I don't. Bit of a shock, isn't it? Bit of a shock.
Has it ever crossed your mind before?
No, it hasn't actually.
But you knew you were a Plantagenet.
Well, yes, I just said, oh, yeah, well, you go back so far and you somewhere along the line, you're a Plantagenet, you know. But I didn't think it would work. I didn't know anything about this bit, the illegitimacy bit.
Yeah.
He's got his own, bro. But he didn't know about the illegitimate shit.
It turned out that Michael also had a family tree. He wanted to check my research, which luckily seemed to match completely.
There's
Man, I wish we had
Yeah,
those.
1729 to 1780.
Faces.
And then
Right.
he had a son and a daughter, Francis.
They were all
and
there.
Elizabeth.
Margaret the Martyr, Lady Flora, our gambling Henry X, as well as Michael's nearer relatives.
She'd have been Edith I.
12 counties, yeah.
They matched perfectly, bro.
Then
That's my great-grandmother.
That's your great grandmother. That's your mother, Barbara.
Barbara
Barbara.
Huddleston Abney-Hastings.
Barbara would have been Barbara the First.
So she died last year.
That's crazy, right?
Last week.
Right?
Damn. That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
Sheesh.
Think about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody knocked on his door and was like, you know you're the king, right?
Yeah.
Kush and King Trials, the world's most dangerous podcast.